Tonight on Front Row Center, we look back at the JFK assassination, follow some UNLV theater students as they audition for grad school, and hear from a young UNLV rapper. Front Row Center begins right now. Hello and welcome to Front Row Center. I'm Honey Love.
And I'm Portia McLaurin. It's been more than 50 years since John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas. But what really happened that day? Filmmaker John Barber says the real story is not what we've been told. Rosalie Spear has the story.
The story has haunted me ever since I first heard it.
John Barber, director of the JFK assassination, the Jim Garrison tapes, believes that the murder of President John Fitzgerald Kennedy in 1963 is an unsolved case that America needs to know the truth about.
Everyone connected with the media and the government lied. There is so much criminality going on.
Nearly 150 people attended a screening of Barber's film, The JFK Assassination, the Jim Garrison tapes, on Friday, January 31st in Greenspun Hall. The event was streamed live to an audience of more than 500 people online.
You're looking at an 80-year-old face that has been trying for 42 years to be able to tell the story of Jim Garrison. My goal is that people will be interested in it.
And that they were. Following the film, a heated discussion was held with three expert sources: author, investigative journalist, and instructor Jim Marrs, official biographer of Jim Garrison, author and instructor Joan Mellon, and New York Times bestselling author and researcher Dick Russell.
I say it's never too late for the truth. It will help heal the nation and maybe get us back on a path to peace and prosperity.
John's documentary was the first to really, give Garrison a voice. I'm hoping that it keeps interest alive in the assassination and what really happened.
UNLV journalism student Ashley Garcia was one of several young adults that attended the showing of the documentary.
This video can help people, understand that our government isn't this trustworthy thing that you can always depend on because they covered up a major thing in history. We're Americans. We should know basic facts about our country.
Barber plans on selling the program on iTunes for $5. Any money made will go towards a scholarship in Garrison's name, and it will be awarded to a law student at Tulane University. For Front Row Center, I'm Rosalie Spear.
I'm sure we'll be talking about the JFK assassination for many more years. Well, if you're also a lover of independent or short films, the Midnight Treasure screening series will feature award-winning films by UNLV professors, alumni, and students. And joining me today is David Schmoller, associate professor in the UNLV's film department. Hi, David.
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good.
So tell me about this Midnight Treasures film screening.
This is our spring midnight series at the Galaxy Luxury Theaters, 4500 East Sunset Boulevard in Henderson. And every 2 weeks, Friday nights, it's midnight, but it actually starts at 11:59, so it's not confusing with whether it's Thursday night or Friday night. And the filmmakers are all local filmmakers. Films were made in Las Vegas. We have a feature film every night in the series, along with a short film made by a UNLV filmmaker.
How does that feel for UNLV students to actually see their films up there on the big screen?
Well, it's nice because it's in a theater, and the Galaxy, if you haven't been to the Galaxy Theaters, it's the new, very comfortable, luxurious screening rooms, so they're brand new, and it's a thrill for the students to actually see it in a theater on a big screen.
Now, one of these films that you actually produced, right, was this film Thor. We actually have a clip, so we'll take a look at that right now. Here's Thor.
I was the rain cloud.
Come on, let's go. Watch it, kid.
It's cold and there's a bullet hole in it.
I'm gonna die today.
Oh
Hey!
I'm hurt.
That came
I'm pretty
from
bad.
the mountains
Bucka bucka blah!
in the valley.
Give me them snacks.
We are alive. We are alive. We are alive. We are alive.
Lightning's been falling out of the sky and hitting people.
There's only two ways you can act.
Where's the fruit snacks?
Be cool.
Be a jerk.
Well, that was Thor. So Thor is a comedy, right?
This is a comedy. It's Thor at the bus stop, and it's about Thor on the day he sort of has been displaced and lost in Las Vegas. He's trying to work his way back home, and it runs into an assortment of characters with a lot of fun events that happen.
Now, I couldn't help but to notice as I was reading the programs, one of your feature films that's actually going to be showing on the 14th of February is this one right here, Little Monsters.
Little Monsters.
We have a clip of that, and then we'll talk about it. Show us the clip.
Eight years ago, two 10-year-old boys kidnapped a 3-year-old child. 2 days later, a body was found.
How is it you can try 10-year-old kids for murder?
Locking doors. There's a child killer on the loose.
I'm U.S. Marshal Chase Parker. It's my job to transition you back into society and help make you a good tax-paying citizen.
I remember watching the trial on television. They were so creepy.
8 years of incarceration is considerable.
And that was Little Monsters. So how did you come up with the concept of this film?
It's loosely based on a true story. There were two little 10-year-old boys, this was in England, who killed a 3-year-old child. And it was because they kidnapped the little boy from a shopping mall. It was recorded, and it made international news because it was kind of shocking to see this kidnapping. So I thought it was an interesting story to see what would happen. In the real story, when they turned 18, they were given new identities and were released, and it just horrified people. So I wanted to see what would happen. It starts on the day that they are released, when they turn 18, and it's a thriller.
Yeah, make sure you check that out along with other great films at the Midnight Treasures film screening out in Henderson. Tickets are only $7.50. You can't beat that. Well, thank you, David. They call it speed dating for graduate school. We'll tell you more about it when we come back.
No one chooses to get breast cancer. The only choice we have is how we will deal with it.
We were lucky. Before we were ever treated for breast cancer, we planned for life after breast cancer. We made the choice
that breast cancer would not take something away from us.
Unfortunately, not every woman knows her choices. And for the sake of all women across America, that has to change. And you can help make it happen. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons is supporting a bill that will help make sure women who are facing breast cancer surgery are told about all their options. It's called the Breast Cancer Patient Education Act.
Every woman has a right to plan for life after breast cancer. But too many breast cancer patients are being left in the dark.
Help us bring this important issue to light. Call your member of Congress and ask them to support the Breast Cancer Patient Education Act.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trap beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
At what age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults, and one person dies from melanoma every hour. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Welcome back. Auditions and anxiety go hand in hand. We sent Honey to New York to follow 2 UNLV theater students on the quest to find a spot in a prestigious grad school.
New York, the city that never sleeps. Or like Jay-Z said, it's the concrete jungle where dreams are made of. It's also where hundreds of grad school hopefuls come every year to audition in front of colleges from all over the world. In attendance will be recruiters from some of the top Master of Fine Arts programs in the country. And senior theater majors Alex Olson and Darren Cratley from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas have flown thousands of miles to prove that they've got what it takes to make it into those MFA programs.
It is the bright day that brings forth theater. I think my audition went pretty well. I came in, I was very confident about the pieces I've done.
Growing up as a kid in Virginia, Olson recalls watching Elvis Presley in the movie Love Me Tender.
That vulnerable side that he had in that movie, it was something that made me, it just made me, want to do that.
For Cratley, acting was his way of impressing his father. Being the son of a former athlete can be difficult shoes for anyone to fill.
He was the classic jock, and I never was. I never had an interest in sports.
So, movies became their way of bonding, and acting became Cratley's way of making his father proud.
Darren, be yourself and trust in your abilities, and you will do great. Love, Dad. It makes me feel emotional. It means a lot to get that praise.
The comrades who met in the same acting class their sophomore year have been preparing for this day for 4 years.
I showed up at UNLV, I probably had a screwdriver, and now I've got an arsenal of tools.
And thanks to the training he received at UNLV, he is ready to show off that arsenal. Once all the auditions are done for the day, college recruiters will select who they would like to personally interview. The main question that almost every college will be asking during callbacks: why grad school?
More intensive training.
Grad school gets you connections.
Whether it's the networking or training that Olson and Cratley seek, they have shown that in this concrete jungle, dreams do come true.
I got a callback for California Institute of the Arts, University of Washington, Wayne State University.
I got University of Houston, Jack Young, so I'm very excited.
For Front Row Center, I'm Honey Love. Colleges will be offering thousands of dollars in scholarships and fellowships, and we wish both students the best of luck. And here to talk more about the theater program at UNLV is Michael Lugring, Associate Professor of Theater. Hi, Michael. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. So we got a sense of what it was like for students in the grad school audition, but what is it like for recruiters and professors such as yourself?
Well, I think the students have it harder, but it's not an easy process for us. I mean, when we recruited last time, I think we saw about 540 students. There were probably close to 700 auditioning, and we flew to 3 different cities to see these students in a kind of grueling schedule in the middle of February. We made offers, I think, to 60 students, and finally settled on 12 students who are here now at UNLV studying. I think most people would agree this can't be the best way to audition students, but then we have trouble proposing a better way. So we would see a 2-minute audition. They've shortened it actually this year. It's about a 2-minute audition. And then you have some time for callbacks in the evenings where you would call back a series of students and have a conversation with them, and then you can do, when you get back here, more telephone interviews, have students talk to students who are in the program currently about their experience at UNLV, and then possibly some reference checking on which, calling the students references from their former schools or directors that they've worked with to find out what others think their potential for success would be. I mean, I think we're looking for someone who has the potential to train and can come here for 3 years in a small group of 12. And our MFA students have class every day from 1 to 5. And there's just 12 of them, and there's not a lot of changes. So they have to be able to grow and blossom and get along here in an intense training environment. So sometimes particularly talented actors aren't best suited for this kind of particular training environment. So you're looking for a mix of someone who has the potential to train and the potential to work, I think, in the profession, and also can survive in the unique circumstances that make MFA training programs difficult. I mean, I sometimes say, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-year medical residency. I don't know that that's true. I'm not a doctor,
do
but...
they have to have any kind of theater training or theater background, such as a bachelor's in theater?
I don't care whether they have a background in theater or not. That's not our primary concern, but other people might have different criterions. I mean, it's a 3-year program. We feel we'll probably teach them how to act if they have the potential to act. And a good student who had no experience can make up for a lot of ground in the first year of training. And sometimes some students who have a lot of training might have difficulty adjusting to new ways of training. So it's sort of hard to predict, actually, but I don't think it's a deterrent at all.
So I didn't see UNLV out there in New York.
No.
Why was that?
Well, UNLV was in New York. We had our design faculty, that would be our costuming, our set designer, our lighting designer, our technical director. They recruit every year. In performance, in acting, we recruit one class of 12 we have now, and they will be with us for 3 years, and then we will recruit 3 years from now. We feel that we can only provide, that we only have the resources and the time and the attention to teach one class at a time, which is not uncommon in acting programs. Some schools recruit every year. That's a smaller number. Some schools recruit every other year, and then some schools like us are on a 3-year rotation.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. And we look forward to seeing those grad students.
Right, come down to the Judy Bailey at the Nevada Conservatory Theater and take a look at their work.
Yeah, be sure to check it out.
Thank you.
Well, he's becoming the big man on campus, but he's only 14. Portia introduces us to our next guest.
I'm here with Keandre Blackston Jr. and Trayvon Jackson. Keandre is the youngest UNLV student here on campus. And shouldn't you be in the 9th grade? I understand you aspire to be a rapper. You're so advanced academically, and you're still so young. You want to be a rapper? What makes you want to be a rapper? And you want to be an actor as well. What makes you want to be an actor?
Well, acting was because of my senior year in high school. I had theater for 7th period, and I just fell in love with it, basically. And I just wanted to continue to, learn more about it. And rapping, my older cousin and my friend, my best friend, and, it's just everybody around me, rapped, and I was just, so into hip-hop, so I just, tried to see what I could do, and I just got really good at it, so I just kept going with it.
Okay. I understand your stage name is Doogie Howser. So I understand that show was about a young man who was pretty much a genius like yourself. Okay, well, Doogie Howser, let's see what you can do.
Okay.
Look deeply into my eyes, you can see the pain that I hide, you can see the rain that I cry, you can see I ain't satisfied, you can see the goals that I try, how they fold in front of your eyes, and the love I pushed aside, I just can't see myself with it. The love has got me tripping, the what, who, where, who is it? So many things that I'm seeing, I reach but never succeeding, I'm leading but no one follows, I'm killing myself with sorrows, the love only borrow, I'm trapped, so no tomorrow, just can't understand why the love has got me blind, there's no route that I can see that means no you and me, and I suffocate with no space, this is my story, Trey, eyes.
Look deeply into my eyes, you can see that I never lied, you can see that I never cried, you can see that I'm just an angel. Once you listen to my voice, you can see that I had no choice but to be the best I can be, but to keep going is painful, so just try to feel my heart, you'll know. Well, it fell apart, you'll know how to make it grow, you'll know where I should start, you'll know everything I know just by listening to my lyrics. Want the whole world to know, I don't know how to let them hear. Shh. The whole room get quiet with my 16s and 32s, I can murder you. Looking for beef when everyone else is on a diet. Drop my 16s and 32s, leave the room silent, say a word. Better yet, say my name, King Cyrus, Young King, Young Louis, you can call me King Doogie. See my name in the movie, see my name on the track list. They asking for me to remove my accent and talk.
No, keep going. That's hot. I gotta calm this young man down. Not only is he on fire academically, he's also on fire on the microphone. It's been a pleasure having you. And you guys, stay with us. Front Row Center will be right back.
All the preparation, the training, it all comes down to this.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
We have a job to do out here today.
Some people think it's about muscle, but it's really about heart. A lot of heart.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong. Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
All right, let's go. This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The action team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. Fact is, if you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. 1 in 5 Americans is likely to develop a form of skin cancer during their lifetime. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. It could be the save of a lifetime. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Time now for our weekly list of upcoming events. Enjoy an evening of classical music on February 19th from 7:30 to 9:30 with the UNLV Symphony Orchestra. Made in America will feature compositions from Debussy, Ravel, and Beethoven. Tickets are only $10 and discount tickets are available, and students will receive 1 free ticket with valid student ID. Experience the music of composers Haydn, Brahms, Turina, and UNLV's Diego Vega at 3x4 in the Lee and Thomas Beam Music Center on February 20th from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. The performance will feature piano trios and quartets and will include members of the UNLV faculty and guest musicians. Tickets are only $25. Discount tickets are available. See Academy Award nominee Hal Holbrook perform as Mark Twain in Mark Twain Tonight on February 22nd. He has over 14 hours of a material, so every show is different than the last. It will be held in the Artemis W. Ham Concert Hall. Tickets are priced from $25 to $75. Rush tickets will be available for students at $14.50. UNLV's Wind Orchestra will showcase Frozen Cathedral on February 27th in the Artemis W. Ham Concert Hall from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Tickets are $10 and discount tickets are available, and students can receive one free ticket per valid student ID. The classic story of Orpheus and Eurydice's journey to the underworld will be told in Eurydice at the Judy Bailey Theater March 6th through the 9th at 8 p.m. Tickets are only $10 and discount tickets are available. If you want to see a great movie but don't want to pay that pricey admission, then check out the Galaxy Luxury Theater on February 28th at 11:59 p.m. As part of the Midnight Treasure screening series, About Sunny is a heart-wrenching story of a single mother in Las Vegas who is just scraping by. The film will be curated by UNLV's professors David Schmoller, and tickets are only $7.50. Can't beat that. Come view the exhibit Desert Soul, the UNLV Solar Decathlon House, which won second place internationally in the 2013 U.S. Department of Energy Solar Decathlon. And get this, admission is free. We all love free admission. Well, Portia, that's it. I think we had a pretty good show. What do you think?
I think we had a wonderful show. And yes, everyone does love free.
Especially you. I know you love free.
You better know it. Front Row Center, please check us on our website at UNLV.TV.
And don't forget to join us again as we bring you the latest and greatest from the entertainment capital of the world. It's Vegas, baby, and it's all right here on Front Row Center. Good night.
All right. Talk to you soon. See you soon. Peace.